Women who love themselves are threatening, but men who love real women, more so. A mother who radiates self-love and self-acceptance actually vaccinates her daughter against low self-esteem. Obstacles, of course, are developmentally necessary. They teach kids strategy, patience, critical thinking, resilience and resourcefulness. We as women are trained to see ourselves as cheap imitations of fashion photographs, rather than seeing fashion photographs as cheap imitations of women. Health makes good propaganda. Pain is real when you get other people to believe in it. If no one believes in it but you, your pain is madness or hysteria. For I conclude that the enemy is not lipstick, but guilt itself, that we deserve lipstick, if we want it, and free speech, we deserve to be sexual and serious, or whatever we please, we are entitled to wear cowboy boots to our own revolution. Only one thing is more frightening than speaking your truth, and that is not speaking. As women demanded access to power, the power structure used the beauty myth materially to undermine women's advancement. Most urgently, women's identity must be premised upon our beauty, so that we will remain vulnerable to outside approval, carrying the vital sensitive organ of self-esteem exposed to the air. It is never smart, even in a strong democracy, to declare some debate off limits. In a weakening democracy it is catastrophic. Spokespeople sell women the Iron Maiden and name her health. If public discourse were really concerned with women's health, it would turn angrily upon this aspect of the beauty myth. A cultural fixation on female thinness is not an obsession about female beauty but an obsession about female obedience. Culture stereotypes women to fit the myth by flattening the feminine into beauty without intelligence or intelligence without beauty. Women are allowed a mind or a body but not both. The beauty myth is not about women at all. It is about men's institutions and institutional power. When I was a baby feminist, leading feminist thinkers were insisting that if women ran the world, there would be no sadism or war. Women who are beautiful or who achieve beauty according to the imposed standards are rewarded. Those who cannot or choose not to be beautiful are punished, economically and socially. Beauty discrimination has become necessary, not from the perception that women will not be good enough, but that they will be, as they have been, twice as good. Female thinness and youth are not in themselves next to godliness in this culture. Society really doesn't care about women's appearance per se. What genuinely matters is that women remain willing to let others tell them what they can and cannot have. Women are watched, in other words, not to make sure that they will be good, but to make sure that they will know they are being watched. Cosmetic surgery processes the bodies of woman-made women, who make up the vast majority of its patient pool, into man-made women. The maturing of a woman who has continued to grow is a beautiful thing to behold. Or, if your ad revenue or your seven-figure salary or your privileged sexual status depend on it, it is an operable condition. Of course, a woman who decides to work full-time as a mother in the home can be happy and deserves full respect from us. Motherhood is one of the most challenging and creative jobs anyone can do. The goal is to remake the world so that our choices are not so stark. Today a woman must ignore her reflection in the eyes of her lover, since he might admire her, and seek it in the gaze of the God of beauty, in whose perception she is never complete. Aging in women is unbeautiful, since women grow more powerful with time, and since the links between generations of women must always be broken. Today a woman must ignore her reflection in the eyes of her lover, since he might admire her, and seek it in the gaze of the God of beauty, in whose perception she is never complete. The qualities that a given period calls beautiful in women are merely symbols of the female behavior that that period considers desirable. The beauty myth is always actually prescribing behavior and not appearance. Sexiness is no longer defined just as whether we are desirable, but also what we desire. The more liberated women become, economically, politically, and personally, the more erotic we are. Freedom is a lot sexier than dependency. To live in a culture in which women are routinely naked where men aren't is to learn inequality in little ways all day long. Peaceful, lawful protest, if it is effective, is innately disruptive of business as usual. That is why it is effective. Maybe the less pain we inflict on our bodies, the more beautiful our bodies will look to us. Naomi Rebecca Wolf, born November 12, 1962, was born in San Francisco, to a Jewish family. Her mother is Deborah Goldman Wolf, an anthropologist and the author of The Lesbian Community. Her father was Leonard Wolf, a Romanian-born scholar of Gothic horror novels, faculty member at San Francisco State University, and Yiddish translator. Leonard Wolf died from Parkinson's disease on March 20, 2019. Wolf has a brother, Aaron, and a half-brother, Julius. From her father's earlier relationship, it remained a secret until Wolf was in her 30s. She attended Lowell High School and debated in regional speech tournaments as a member of the Lowell Forensic Society. Wolf attended Yale University, receiving her Bachelor of Arts in English Literature in 1984. From 1985 to 1987, she was a Rhodes Scholar at New College, Oxford. Wolf told interviewer Rachel Cook, writing for The Observer, in 2019, "My subject didn't exist. I wanted to write feminist theory, and I kept being told by the dons there was no such thing." Her writing at this time formed the basis of her first book, The Beauty Myth. Wolf ultimately returned to Oxford, completing her Doctor of Philosophy degree in English Literature in 2015. Her thesis, supervised by Stefano Evangelista of Trinity College, formed the basis for her 2019 book Outrages, Sex, Censorship, and the Criminalization of Love. Wolf is an American feminist author, journalist and conspiracy theorist. Following her first book The Beauty Myth 1991, she became a leading spokeswoman of what has been described as the third wave of the feminist movement. Feminists including Gloria Steinem and Betty Friedan praised her work. Others, including Camille Paglia, criticized it. In the 1990s, she was a political advisor to the presidential campaigns of Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Wolf's later books include the bestseller The End of America in 2007 and Vagina, a New Biography. Critics have challenged the quality and accuracy of the scholarship in her books. Her serious misreading of court records for Outrageous 2019 led to its U.S. publication being cancelled. Wolf's career in journalism has included topics such as abortion and the Occupy Wall Street movement in articles for media outlets such as The Nation, The New Republic, The Guardian, and The Huffington Post.